pan and a couple of other things, you're good to go. The only other thing that we haven't talked about is this, when you're prepping the food. And so Chopped has brought along the 4-piece knife and peeler set, and they do come with their own sheaths so that the blades stay nice and sharp. You're getting all of it for $9.95. Every single thing that you see right there.
That's great. Yeah, if you're gonna cook with good cookware, you need to have good knives to go along with it. Because if you're gonna spend the time and the money and invest your time to go ahead and prep food, you might as well have the best knives that's gonna keep you safe.
Right.
And the chopped knives are gonna do that job for you. What I'm holding in my hand right here is the chef knife. So this is the knife that's going to do a bulk of your cutting and your chopping.
Okay.
It's a non-stick surface, so when you're cutting, nothing's gonna stain. It's not going to rust. It's ready to go, right out. It's got the nice ergonomic handles, which I absolutely love, and it's got the little silicone on the top and the bottom, so you have that firm grip. And then the sheaths that come with it are, you know, gonna keep it nice and safe when if you put your knives in a drawer.
Right.
If you're sick of that big knife block that is on your countertop taking up some valuable real estate, this is the knife to do it. And then we also have the 5-inch utility knife. This is going to be great for slicing your kiwis, your strawberries, lemons, limes, and the same thing with the little paring knife. You know, this is a 3-inch paring knife. So these, as a chef, these are like the go-to knives that you would need.
Okay.
Anything above that, you know, isn't always necessary. But if, like with the everyday pan, if you're looking to downsize, the 3 knives are the way to go.
And I'm glad that you shared that too, because these are the essentials. And a lot of times, you're right, we do have a lot of knives in our drawer. Many of them, we keep buying them because they're all dull. But we don't know, do I need 8 knives? Which ones do I really need? And just like Eric was saying, he's showing you, if you have these 3, you essentially have everything that you need to do all of the cutting, slicing, dicing, chopping for your fruits and your vegetables and your meats when you are at home. And this is the part of the job that usually could take a long time. This is the part that, like we always talk about, the cooking, the actual cooking part doesn't take a long time. It's this prep that could, unless you have the right tool.
Yeah, it really is the prep, just like you said, that goes into the food that you wind up cooking that takes the most amount of time, and that's why people, you know, tend to not like to cook because they think, oh, now I have to chop. Now granted, in the supermarkets, we're at a place where a lot of your supermarkets are gonna have things already diced up and ready to go. That's fine if that's the best you know, thing for you.
Right.
But why not save money and cut it yourself?
Absolutely.
Because the second that you're buying it already cut and chopped and sliced and diced for you at the supermarket, the price skyrockets.
Absolutely, you're paying for the person who did that, and the food doesn't last as long because then, you know, the seal has already, so to speak, been broken, and so the food doesn't last as long when it's already cut up versus when you do it yourself. Now, this is the deal. As you can imagine, our phone lines are very busy. A lot of you are still calling in for the everyday pan, and a lot of you are calling in now for your essential set of knives. And remember, you're getting the 8-inch chef knife, the 5-inch utility knife, and the 3.5-inch paring knife. And look, when you can cut that thin, that's the quality of a knife.
And if you always have a bar ready to go, like I do at my house, you need a nice little utility knife to go ahead and slice those lemons and limes.
That's right. And look at how thin and how fine you can do it. And that's what we mean. If you don't have the right tool, then the job really does become a chore. But it doesn't have to be. This is the fun part of entertaining. Look at that. Oh my gosh. You can read through that.
Paper thin, yeah. Hello.
You can read through that.
So the paring knife, the utility knife, the chef knife, these are all knives that are essential to anyone's kitchen because it's going to do the necessary job that you have to do. Whether it's, you know, slicing the onions, the peppers. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab this steak that we just cooked.
I thought I was gonna get to keep that for later.
Well, I'm gonna box it up for you and make sure it's ready to go for when you're done.
And that's right, not just vegetables, not just fruits, but also your meat. And look at that, if you want to slice it thin or thicker, you're not, like, you know, sawing at the meat, and that's important to know.
There are a lot of knives that, you know, steak knives that are serrated. I'm not a big fan of that because for me the serration cuts and tears into the meat, whereas this nice sharp chef's blade, it's going to cut right through. I could use the utility knife with that if I want to, you know, once I'm sitting down. But I like the nice smooth slice that I get with my steak as opposed to a serration.
Okay, thank you for that. You've taught us, we've learned something, and this is the deal. You see a lot, over 300 of these have been ordered, hundreds of you are calling in for $9.95, and these are great knives too. I mean, remember, these are your carbon steel and blades, and on the peeler, you've got a ceramic blade. For $9.95, if you've been out there pricing knives, knives can be some of the most expensive things that you have in your kitchen. It's unreal how much they could cost.
Yeah, if you price those out, you know, a really, you know, quality chef knife, you're looking at, you know, $100, 80 to 100 easily. Easily.
And the thing is too, you probably, even if you have knives in your drawer and they're not this good and they're not this sharp and they're not this easy to handle, and speaking of the handles, they're not ergonomic, then this is your time to go ahead and get rid of the old ones and step up to your brand new essentials. Don't forget, you're also getting the peeler as well. That peeler does come along with it. It's a ceramic blade on that
that's
peeler.
A nice little added bonus. You get that little peeler. It's going to be great for peeling your potatoes, your carrots. But you know, the sheaths that you get, the 3 sheaths with each knife is going to be so safe. Once you're done, you go ahead, you take your sheath, put the blade right in, plop it into your drawer. You no longer have to, you know, play roulette with your fingers. You know, you can see it. You know that you're going to be protected if you go in that drawer and grab it.
And it also keeps the blade sharp as well. You don't have it dulling around, you know, banging against other utensils. So you're getting everything that I'm holding and the peeler. I would need another hand for that because remember, you're getting 4 pieces here for $9.95.
There's your other hand.
There you go. Thank you. And it really is a steal. I'm glad to see so many of you are recognizing this. These are the times times here at HSN during our clearance shows that you get a chance to get some of the best at the lowest in quantity. And the only reason these are now $9.95 instead of more than double, which is what they were, is because these are our last in quantity. And as being a big customer pick on hsn.com, if you want to read the reviews, do it. These are so loved. There are nearly a perfect 5-star rated review across the board. If you're calling in and you're not near a computer and you still want to hear the reviews, ask your customer service rep to read you a couple. They are rave reviews. When you can do that, and you're not smushing the vegetable either.
Not at all, because the blade is sharp right out of the box. It's ready to go. It's going to keep that edge for a long time. If you have to sharpen it, go ahead, sharpen it as you would any other knife. And that's going to bring that edge right back. But the non-stick surface, it's not stainless. So a lot of times with lemons and limes or things that are acidic, with your traditional stainless steel knives, it could potentially, you know, damage the steel. It won't damage the use of the knife, but just the look of it. And so with the non-stick, this just wipes right off, and you're ready to go.
Oh, that's brilliant.
But think ahead, as you know, we've been mentioning, think ahead to gifts, giftable things. My mom would be buying these for stocking stuffers next year already.
I mean, that's smart thinking. There's no time like the present. And especially since you're getting them on clearance at a clearance price like this. You can stock up if you want to. There's nothing to say that you can't. Eric, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody.
I mean, I hope that you'll go ahead and get anything and everything that we still have left in this hour before it's gone. Now, the clearance continues. I say good